Okay. Hello, everyone. Today we're going to make the ultimate grilled cheese sandwich, and it is a Norwegian recipe. I got it from the Sons of Norway website. And what you should have is 5 ounces of Yarborough cheese. We need some prosciutto. Oh, here's the prosciutto, right? Oops, somebody else. Hi. Is that Cass? There they are.
Fat-free, lactose-free, cholesterol-free.
Yeah.
Hi there. Hi, Cass. We're just starting. Hi, Sadie. Okay. All right. So what I want you guys to do is just mute yourself and put it on speaker view. That way you'll see what I'm doing. Okay. All right. I'm just going through the ingredients to make sure everyone's got them. Okay. So I said Yarborough cheese.
Susan?
What?
Everyone should also go down and say to stop the video so that our pictures don't show.
It doesn't matter. The pictures can show. It's okay.
Really?
As long as you're on a small picture, it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Fine. Okay. So here we go again. We're having Yarborough cheese, prosciutto. We have hazelnuts, which I've already toasted. Now, if you haven't toasted your hazelnuts yet, turn on your oven to 350, and we're just going to give them a quick toast for 5 minutes once your oven is up to the temperature. You can put it in a pie pan or a cookie sheet or anything you've got. You can even put it on a piece of aluminum foil. It's fine. We have chives. I got these from my garden. And parsley, right? And some sage. We have a shallot. I have 1 piece of shallot. I couldn't get banana shallot. I got the regular shallot, but I'm just using 1 piece of it because we don't need a lot. And mustard powder. And we need Worcestershire sauce, which I've got in the fridge. And we also have I have cayenne, but you can also have paprika. And then we have sourdough bread and butter. Okay? So, let me just get my Worcestershire sauce. It is. Ta-da. Step 1, we're going to grate our Yarborough cheese. Okay, we want it coarsely grated. So you can grate that away. And you want, if you're making for 2 people, or if you're making for more, just double your recipe. That's all. So we'll have 5 ounces. I'm going to do all of this because I'm making for 2, and it's just about 5 ounces here. Okay. And we're going to put that into a glass bowl. I have a glass bowl here. Okay, our next step, you need to mute yours.
Didn't I?
No, you're not muted. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the prosciutto. All right, and we just need a little bit of this. So I'm going to take a couple of slices. So I'll have 1 for each piece, each sandwich I'm making. And basically, this is already sliced, so I don't really have to do anything to it. It says thinly sliced.
Susan,
Yeah.
could you just let us know what kind of supplies we need with this? Because I'm kind of running around I don't know if I need bowls or.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I did. But I'll do it again. Okay. You need a grater. You need a bowl.
Okay.
I've already listed off the ingredients, right? Did you get those?
Yeah.
You need a measuring spoon for half a teaspoon and a tablespoon.
Okay.
You need a quarter cup. I have my hazelnuts already put in here. A quarter cup measure, and that's basically it. Depending on how you purchased your prosciutto, I'm assuming it's really already thinly sliced, same as mine. But, oh, and the other thing is a large knife like this to chop up your hazelnuts, if you haven't already chopped them. Once your oven is up to temperature, just put the hazelnuts into the oven and set the timer for 5 minutes.
What's the temperature?
350 is fine.
Okay.
Okay, is everybody at the same pace as me now? So I have
think so,
lots
yeah.
of time. We don't have to rush. Just tell
Thank
me
you.
if you need me to slow down.
Okay, thank you.
We don't need to chop. We chop them after they cook.
Oh, that's what I said.
Dina and Shauna, are you okay? Okay. Has everyone done their hazelnuts or not? Has anyone not done them?
We have not done them.
Okay. All right. So 5 minutes later, we can talk about hazelnuts. Let's just get them into the oven when it's up to temperature, and we'll talk about that later. In the meantime, let's take our shallot. And I'm just taking part of mine because, as I said, I had to buy the regular shallot. I couldn't find banana shallot. So I'm going to chop it very finely.
Peel it.
Yep. I'm going to slice it thinly, and then I'm going to chop it the other way so it's in little tiny pieces. I know you probably can't see what I'm doing because I couldn't get the computer to show on my cutting board. I tried adjusting it all different ways, but it just wasn't going to do it. So what I'm doing is I'm just cutting shallots.
And it will split in two. I'll hold it. Okay.
And once I've cut them, I'll show you.
There you go. You can see how it kind of divides itself up.
Okay, while I'm doing this, and while you guys are waiting for your hazelnuts, I wanted to talk about some of the requirements of this cooking program. I have sent you a link with the forms. Oops. They look like this. I'm not sure if you can see them there. Basically, there's one for each recipe that we do, and there are a number of questions that you can answer at a later time. It's quite simple. We are also going to be taking a couple of pictures with our camera as we're going through this today, so that you can actually send them to me or you can print them up yourself. And when I send in all of the documentation for our first level of cooking, I will also send a couple of pictures to prove that we actually did it. One of them is during the process, and the other is when it's done. But you can also take a couple of others if you like. With you in it is fine. I also sent you the whole program for the cooking program. It describes everything that is required. So you can have a look at that. All right, now, okay. Okay, now, here's my shallots. They are all chopped up finely, and I'm going to put them into the bowl that has the cheese. Okay. Now I'm going to take my chives. We're just going to use some of these. It doesn't give you, the recipe doesn't give you a specific amount. So I think it is, it's a personal preference. So depending on how much you like chives, you can just chop them up and put them in as well. It also gives it a nice color. And if you're using green onions, which is another option, we're going to be using the dark green part to replace the chives. Okay, so anyone using green onions, chop the dark green. And we'll just chop it up so we'll have some lovely chives. Okay. Now this how much I am chopping. I just want to give it some color, and I already have some onion with the scallion, but this will also give it a little bit of an onion taste. Chives are very mild if you're using actual chives. They're more for color, but they do add a nice oniony flavor, very light. So we'll throw that in. There you go. We now have 2 different kinds of onion in there. Okay. And then we'll go on to parsley. I have Italian parsley, and I'm just using a very small amount. Again, it's for color, a little bit of flavor, and I'm going to chop it in small pieces and add it to my wonderful grilled cheese mix that I'm making here. I think this is going to be so yummy. Bruce and I are looking forward to having it for supper. Now, those of you who don't have your hazelnuts toasted should have them in the oven now. And set your timer for 5 minutes. We don't want to overcook them. Oops, I'm just going to make this nice and fine. So there you go. There's the parsley. And of course, I've already washed all of this stuff, which I'm sure you have too. I didn't mention it. Okay. And the last thing that I'm going to add in terms of herbs is a little bit of sage. I'm just going to use 3 leaves. And again, I'm going to chop it really finely. Norwegians are great for using all kinds of herbs in their cooking. They like to do that to their desserts too. That's why they put cardamom and so many things, and cinnamon and cloves.
And ask. I'm already unmuted. You ask. Wait, what was the last thing?
The last thing was sage. Sage.
Sage. Okay.
Yeah, now I've chopped my, wait, I can show you another sage. Oops. Looks like this. And it smells like turkey, turkey dressing. So, okay, so I'm just putting a little bit of sage. You see that? I'm just putting it in with my stuff. My mixture starting to look pretty amazing. Okay, I'm going to grab a spoon and stir it a little bit before I start putting in the other spices. So, does that look interesting? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so whenever your hazelnuts are ready, just put them on some parchment paper or on a cutting board and just chop them with a knife. Or you can use a nut chopper if you happen to have one. I don't, so I'm just chopping them. Give it that wonderful nutty flavor. I have already prepared mine in a 1/4 cup. So you see, I've actually, it's not chopped all that fine. Here, I'll show you on the cutting board, the one that I just finished chopping. You see? Can you see that? There you go. Yeah. So we'll add that. And if you're not quite ready with your hazelnuts, don't worry. You can add them when they're ready. I just wanted to mention that. Here, I'll throw this into, why not? Okay. Again, let me know if I'm going too fast. Okay, next step is going to be Worcestershire. Mustard powder. Here is the mustard powder. And I have a 1/2 teaspoon. This is a 1/2 teaspoon. And this, okay, there we go. So I'm measuring out a 1/2 teaspoon of mustard powder. Now, it's not a good idea to substitute mustard for mustard powder, but if you absolutely have to, just be aware that they don't quite taste the same, or they don't have the same texture. So, there you go. We'll mix that around. And then we're going to put in some Worcestershire sauce. And I think we we need about a 1/4 teaspoon, but I'm just going to put a little bit in here. I'm just going to fill this about half full. So we have some. If you've got a 1/4 measure, then 1/4 teaspoon measure, then use that, or you can add a little bit more too. It is pretty flexible. Okay, so now we are ready for the cayenne. Just want a pinch of cayenne, or you can also use paprika. So I'm gonna add a little bit of cayenne just to give us a bit of heat. You can add as much as you like. Just be careful. You remember we've already got lots of flavors in there. Okay. So I'm going to put my prosciutto right beside this bowl, and I am going to take a picture. You can do the same thing. Okay. All right, now we've leave the prosciutto on there, and I have my cutting board. I'm going to take my French bread.
I know you're taking the class. Sorry, what's the last thing?
That now we are taking our French bread.
What was the? Have we already cut up the prosciutto? Sorry.
The prosciutto, was it thinly sliced?
We do have it thinly sliced, yes.
Then just, that's good enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It says finely sliced, so it comes that way. You don't have to do anything more to it. That's one thing. Phew. Okay.
Perfect.
So now we're going to cut for this recipe, I'm doing 2 sandwiches. I'm going to cut 4 slices of French bread. And I'm going to go, for me, I'm going to go in a little ways because I want the sandwiches to be similar in size. So, all right. So this is the slice of bread that I'm cutting. It's going to be a nice size for a sandwich, and it's not too thick, but it's thick enough. So cut 4 slices like that, or 8 if you're, however many sandwiches you're going to do. Okay. All right, we're going to put our slices like side by side like this, making 2 sandwiches. Okay, I'm just taking a look to see what it says in the recipe. All right, so I have chosen to fry my sandwiches. So I have a frying pan on the stove, and I'm going to put some butter in there. Now, I couldn't find clarified butter, but I found some unsalted grass-fed butter. So I'm going to use that. I don't think there's any harm in using any kind of butter you would like, but this is what I decided to use. So I'm going to heat my pan up a little bit. I'm just a little bit higher than medium while I'm preparing this. And that way it will be ready. And I'll put 2 tablespoons of this butter into my pan. So basically 1 tablespoon for each sandwich that I'm making. We'll let it melt while I'm doing the rest of this. I hope you can see my pan. I think you can. Okay. I'll put the butter away, and I'm going to start covering my 2 sandwiches. So I'm going to put on one side, I will put the mix for 2 sandwiches, and the other side I'm going to just leave. Now, I probably have enough here to feed an army. Anyway, so I'll have nice healthy sandwiches. Oh, it smells so good. Right. Okay, now I'm going to take the prosciutto and put it on the other slice. Okay. Like that. Okay, so now we'll put our sandwich together. Actually, I'm going to take one more picture before I do. Okay, so my pan, the butter has started to melt. I'm just going to wait till it completely melts. While I do that, I'll get my flipper. Okay. Is everybody still with me? It's one thing about doing it on Zoom, I don't know. Okay. If anyone wants to broil their sandwiches instead of putting them in a pan, you need to spread some butter on the outside and then put it under the broiler for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to put one on here, the other beside it. I have just enough room in my pan for 2, and I'm going to cook each side. I'm aiming for a golden brown. So it's cooking in butter, and I will flip it. Also, and I'm going to put the lid on to help it heat and melt cheese. Okay, let's make sure I did all the steps. So far, so good. So does anyone have some ideas of things that they would like to learn how to cook in the next 5 sessions or the next 4 sessions? I know we can do open-faced sandwiches. We can do Roma group. Yeah?
Yeah.
What would you like, Sadie?
I mean, I do kind of want to try one of the desserts, but
Okay, we can do a dessert for sure.
sweet.
Yeah, definitely sweet. Okay. Oh, this is cooking very nicely. It's going to take us a little while to cook it. Yeah, I'm going to be focusing on things that don't require equipment. So we're not going to do lefse in this session, and we're not going to do krumkake because you need to have special equipment for both of those. But there are some wonderful cookie recipes. There's a cake recipe that is to die for. We can try that one. And there's also waffles. There's
Yeah.
there's a very nice stew, beef stew, and it's always fun to do Roma group, which is kind of halfway between dinner and dessert, or breakfast and dessert. It has cinnamon and sugar on it. Anyway, we'll take a poll. I'll give you some choices. Is everyone doing okay with their cooking? I think I should do another sandwich here. I have lots of stuffing. Okay, while it's cooking, I'll read some of the things that are on the form just to give you an idea. So first of all, the first question they ask is what the name of the recipe is, and it's on your recipe. It's the ultimate grilled cheese. Where did you find this recipe? We found it from a website, which is our second choice, and it's the Sons of Norway website. Is there any story or memory associated with this recipe? No. This is brand new. At least I don't think there is. You may have something you'd like to say about grilled cheese in general. What challenges did you encounter as you prepared the recipe? Was it difficult finding ingredients, converting measurements? Were the instructions confusing? That kind of thing. What recommendations would you make to others who are preparing this recipe? And would you prepare this recipe again? And if so, what changes would you make, if any? And if not, why not? What did you learn from preparing this recipe? So you see, it's very, very simple. You just make the recipe, take a couple of pictures, and then fill out that form. So once we're finished, we'll take a picture of our finished product. And done. Okay. You see it? It needs to cook on the other side yet, but it's nice and golden brown. Just getting out a plate. And I will put my finished product on here so I can take the final picture. Okay, I'm going to turn off my stove and slice it in the middle. And there you go. That's what it should look like. Okay. Actually, I'm going to put it like this when I take the picture so that the inside is clearly visible as well as the outside. Okay, how did everybody do? You can turn your sound on again, because I'm finished demonstrating.
We're still cooking.
Oh, you're still cooking, yeah.
Yeah, and we're trying to make like a garnish because we're gonna cut it and then turn it into appetizers.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're just eating ours.
You're just hi, Kian. Did you help cook too? I want to make sure I get everybody who deserves a medal recorded. We got a couple of 10 and 11-year-olds here cooking away.
Yep. He did most of it.
Yeah, way to go, Kian. It's awesome. How do you like it? Is it good?
Really good.
Oh, good. I'm so glad you like it.
He likes the shallot with the meat and cheese. He says it brings out a good flavor.
Yeah. Oh, I Got one here.
Done.
It's like one of my favorite things is cheese and onion mixed together.
Oh, good. So you're enjoying it too. Nice, nice. Well, you guys, it was successful then. Did you take a picture of your finished product? Thank you. That's great.
Yep.
Good, good.
She have like, wait, didn't she send you like a recipe of how to do it? So
Did
we
you
just
get the
kinda
recipe?
remembered what we didn't do.
I'm gonna do one more.
Let's see. Those are hot.
Bye.
Bye. Are you going?
Wait, finished product picture.
You have to show me yours when you're finished, since you did it as an appetizer, you guys. Sadie and Cass.
Yeah, well, we'll show you once
He didn't
it's
eat his. So,
It's really good.
It's looking delicious right now.
oh, awesome. Awesome.
Come tell Grandma Susan how good it is.
It's really, really good.
Grandma
I
Susan.
really like it.
Yeah, it's really good. Oh, hi.
It's so good.
Oh, good, good. Well, we're gonna have
Wait.
supper.
Oh wait, can you see that?
I can, yes, it looks fabulous. Wow.
And I started stressing out.
Oh my goodness, okay. So we have Cass and Sadie, Adina, and Kian, Donna, and Enid. Very good.
Just me. None of my kids are here.
I know. That's okay, Shauna. I just put you down. They can
Marissa
also join the next class. Karen and Rebecca are going to join the next class. They couldn't do this one, unfortunately, but they're very keen to do it on their own. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say Narissa just went for a bike ride, so she was gonna be here as well, and I'll make sure she does it.
Yeah, sure. It's a simple recipe. She can leave the meat out. It'll be delicious. Okay, well, thanks, you guys. So excited that it worked. We'll do one in another month.
That was fun.
Yeah,
It was nice to see Cass and Sadie.
yeah, they're on holidays.
Oh.
They're you guys are in Shuswap?
We
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, yeah.
We had to improvise a little bit on some of the ingredients, but
That's
I think we got
okay.
the general feeling for it.
That could be one of your difficulties when you fill out the form. Being in a cabin and not being able to get all the ingredients. Oh,
Okay.
wow,
That's-
that looks awesome. Look
Yeah.
at that. Great. I'm so glad
Can't
you're
hear
doing it.
anybody because I got my fan on
Oh, okay.
and my internet connection is unstable.
Okay, hang on. I am going to set up the camera in.
Oh no, Sadie, no.
See you guys later.
Okay,
Thanks,
bye,
Susan.
Thank you, Susan.
Thanks,
Bye,
Grandma.
Donna.
Looks good, Mom.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.
Bye. Okay, I'm ending the meeting. Thank you so much.
Yeah.